Greetings. Yeah, we've been here this whole time. Sometimes I can't believe that I have to do the show. Sometimes I can't believe I get to do the show. And some days, like today, it's like I want to just go do it earlier. I've got things to do. Jeff, you don't have a drink. I don't have a drink either, except for water. I'm just drinking water today because water's an excellent drink. Mm. And it's hot here in Santa Monica. We're pretty warm. Not. I don't think I have a temperature. Let me take my temperature before Belinda gets here because, the president's got the COVID. It's 97.3. I'm fine. I'm fine. The president's got the COVID. Melania's got the COVID. I don't have it. I don't have it. Or at least I'm pretty sure I don't have it. I just took my temperature, and I have a friend who I've been spending some time with. She does not have it, and she just got tested. Yes, Scott, this is the Satchmo Fest jersey from New Orleans. Not Jazz Fest, Satchmo Fest. Yeah. And so I'm sporting that. Rachel, update from the Halloween pop-up store where your daughter is working. She had a customer come in asking for something loud and bright to help scare off a bear in their yard. Oh, yeah. Well, we're not going to get trick-or-treaters this year. We're going to get bears. Yeah, I've been looking at a big silver shiny space suit on Amazon, and what's holding me back? Well, it's hot, so I'm not really dying to put on a shiny plastic suit. And also, where are you going to wear it? You can't go. I mean, there's some outdoor bars. I could go out to a bar and party, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I could just put on one of my jiu-jitsu gis, because that would be a costume nowadays. I mean, it's always kind of a costume, but yeah, I suppose I could do that. Rich DeChooch just had a martini with blue cheese stuffed olives. Oh my goodness. Yeah, those martinis, delicious. When you put those blue cheese stuffed olives in there, that takes it up to the next level. Scott, not a barber, self-adjustment. I've got the Flowbee, as you may or may not know, and I am able to kind of figure out a haircut if I look at it long enough, and I think that I got this. I'm still operating off of a basic haircut that's about 6 weeks old, but I think I brought it down and under control with the Flowbee. Don says, well, hold on before claiming you don't have. Just how many super spreader events have you been to in the last 2 weeks? Well, Don, I believe that I've been to 0 super spreader events in the last couple weeks. I've decided to really take it easy on the super spreader events this year. Most of the time when I'm out of the house, I wear a mask. If I'm riding my bike and no one else is around, I don't have a mask on, but I feel pretty safe about that. God, I've got a little bump on my head. Worried about that. Maybe I've got some other head bump cancer. Bears coming door to door on Halloween sounds about right for 2020, Darren. Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if we were told, yeah, lock your doors. There's bears on the loose. I mean, we have seen quite a bit of wildlife loose all over the world because there's not people in the way. Somebody's on their way to Walter Reed. Ooh, is that true? Keys? I'm not. I know that I'm not, and I don't think you're talking about me. But yeah, I don't want to wish bad on one of our on our big leader. So we'll just see how that goes. We'll just see how that plays out. Let's get a little trivia for Friday. A little trivia going. Maybe Belinda will bring us in a non-alcoholic beer. How does that sound? It's party time. It's party time. Protective custody is this today's trivia. A hornbill must just find just the right size hole in a tree for a nest. The female slips inside and lays her eggs. The male seals off the entrance with mud, leaving only a narrow slit inside. The female is both protected and imprisoned while incubating her eggs. She gets food from her mate by sticking her bill out of the slit. When the young are full grown, the seal is broken and the young leave the home with their mother. Oh my God. I think that sometimes Belinda feels like that's what parenting like is for her when I'm out of town on a gig, which hasn't happened in a while. She feels like she's just locked in a hole with Fanula until our daughter is full grown. But nowadays we're all locked in a hole and to having people bring us food. these hornbills are really playing the COVID game. I don't know if they're getting their food from DoorDash. We haven't even tried any of that stuff. It always feels to me when I'm looking at those DoorDash and Uber Eats, I don't even know if that's even a thing anymore. It always feels like what they want to charge you to go get your food. It's just like, well, I'll just call the place and go get it myself. It's going to be faster and hotter and obviously cheaper if I go get it. Boy, I don't know where Belinda is. This is I'm a little bit worried about things. Ed, greetings from Oakland. Your A's advance to the next level, and so that we can return for a briefing. Well, that's good. The A's are advancing to the next level. I keep forgetting that sports are still going on. I have watched some UFC fighting, but I haven't watched any of the NBA, or I didn't see any of the hockey, and I haven't watched any of the football. Pretty sad. Oh, Ed, you've been using the Flowbee for the last 18 years or so. Yeah, I've had mine for a bit longer than that, probably into the 30 some years. Rachel Farsoil. I think that I thought the guy was saying Varsoil with a V, but now I've been corrected by a couple of people who are in the Navy or the Marines or something, and they're saying that the oil in the compass is called Bars oil. But I tried to Google that the other day because someone had a question about that same oil with me, and I couldn't get a clear answer. Don says CNN is reporting POTUS on the way to Walter Reed with exhaustion. Well, Keys, yeah. Keys, yeah, well, somebody is on their way to Walter Reed. POTUS on his way to Walter Reed with exhaustion. Well, I don't blame him for being tired. He's putting in a day's worth of anger. Yeah, you want to be glad that otters aren't coming to your door, Keys, because those guys. Well, you want to be glad otters aren't coming to your door looking for sex or food, because they're pretty tough on you in both of those. Sometimes they're just coming to play, and then it's a good time. Yeah, totally bad deal for restaurants with those delivery apps, Scott. Yeah, I had read that. Brad saw a DoorDash coupon code, just dash it, but when you look at that, it says just a shit. Nice. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that one. Thank you, Brad. Thanks for sharing. You've been gone for a while, too long. When you're contributing things like that, boom. Since Trump has it, we should petition COVID name change to Varinus. Jeff, yes. Well, I don't know where you go to petition those kind of things, but we're all doing our best here. Yes, Ed also weighing in. Where the heck is Ramon on Postmates and DoorDash undermining restaurants? Uma, yes, where the heck is Ramon? He must evidently be really suffering. I haven't messaged him for a couple of days, but maybe I'll throw one out there here on Friday. Bob says, you're a UFC fan, you should do that gig. I'm sure a joke by you between rounds would go over much better than those trashy ring girls. Yeah, Bob, well, that's a nice thought, but the sexy girl in a bikini is never going to be replaced by the comedian. In fact, comedians were just lucky that strippers let us perform between their sets back in the day. But attractive young ladies are always going to be the draw over, and it doesn't really matter how funny you are. Rich says he already had exhaustion from being out of shape and eating garbage. Well, yeah, that'll do it. So yeah, Ed, I'm on my not only 30 years with the Flowbee, I'm on my second Flowbee. That you can buy a new Flowbee now, but they don't advertise as much as they used to. But I had to buy a new one because some of the connectors were getting frazzled. All right. Compass fluid is compatible with most liquid-filled compasses. Yeah, I did find that compass fluid, but I thought there was another name for it. Anyway, doesn't really matter. Richard, I also would rather not speak ill of our fearless leader. Is giving Karma pretty solid endorsement right now. Yeah, I feel like, well, let's just. I don't want to wish ill on anybody, but we'll have to keep an eye on it and see what happens. Jake's Flowbee is made out of cast iron. No, plastic like all the other Flowbees. I really don't even understand where Lady Jerry could be right now. but she must be engaged in something pretty serious in the old house. And as you know, will Lady Jerry make it for the end of the show, Mr. Predicto? Let's see. Is Lady Jerry going to make it for the end of the show, Mr. Predicto?
The answer is yes.
Well, the answer is yes, Mr. Predicto. Decisive on Lady Jerry's making it for the end of the show. Let's warm up the fart machine just in case she does show up. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Oh, yep, it works. How about a question? If you knew that you were going to inherit a fortune, how would your plans for the future change? You know, this is an interesting question. Phil Hicks, we need facts and data to be driven by facts and data. Yeah, I feel like that's not just nonsense. We do need facts and data to be driven by facts and data, and I don't think we have enough facts and enough data. So that's where I'm at. Did they make upgrades to the Flowbee over the years? It's a little bit different. The cord on the, there's a power cord. You have to have a vacuum that you hook the Flowbee up to, and so that power cord you're plugging in, and then there's another power cord that powers the clipper on the Flowbee. And the funny thing on the new Flowbee, the power cord for the clipper on the Flowbee is barely 3 feet long. So the hose to run the thing is probably 5 feet long, but you got to get right next to the outlet in order to get it to work. So that's a little bit of Flowbee feedback for you. But yeah, there haven't been any major changes. Brad Walter Reed has those special exhaustion ventilators. Yeah, that's. I'd love to get put on an exhaustion ventilator. Ah, there she is, Lady Jerry. Please, entrez-vous.
What a lovely welcome. Thank you, darling. Thank you for that. Hello.
Welcome aboard. Mr.
Hi.
Predicto said you would be here.
Oh, he did. Mr. Predicto. My old friend, Mr. Predicto. Yes, I'm here. I had a supermarket shop.
Oh, good
and
for you.
but I still made it.
I'm just catching up on some of my friends' comments here.
Yes.
John just watched a video of me that you never saw before of a bit about Jesus slipping in a bathtub. That was my first big break. That was on the HBO Young Comedian special in I recorded in 86. I think it aired in 87.
What happened when Jesus slipped in the bathtub?
Well, it's all these, how, the different churches have different beliefs and starting a cult, and I grew up congregational, which is pretty basic church. You go to the Catholic Church, they got a cross up. Our church had a cross, but in the Catholic Church they got a cross, and there's a guy on it. And
with a hole in his side.
And the Church of the American Standard, they believe that Jesus slipped in a bathtub, and so
no.
So on the wall of their church is a big bathtub with Jesus going like this, whoa, like he's tipping backwards.
That's bullshit.
And instead of a cross, they wear soap on a rope.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
all right, I got it. Yes.
I
got it. Yeah, I was like, excuse me.
You really got sucked in on that one.
Yeah, I forgot it was an HBO. It was a joke. It was I have to turn this fan on.
Yeah, please do. Just hit the big or red button.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rachel, thank you. Jen, thank you for watching my interview with Mark. Thank you so much, and thank you everybody who has subscribed. I really appreciate it. And if you could leave a comment, I know I keep on asking you guys for more and more things, but if you could, leave a comment and
if you could mention the Daily Varinus briefing in the comment, that would be.
Well, you could do that. I know Belinda from the Daily Varinus meeting with her husband, comedian. Check this.
Better than the president, than the POTUS Daily briefing. You could mention.
He's gone to Walter Reed Medical Center. He's going to be there for a couple of days.
Well, welcome to the show, Jerry.
Well, I've been in my own, information bubble, aka the car, and it was telling me a lot of things. Some of it was just, sometimes the news, I'm like, really? Do I really need to hear about, it was the thing about ladies with miscarriages and blah, blah.
So Darren's seen the video of us at the...
the moth storytelling. Yeah, when we told the story about the bodies of water. You told the story about the river, and I told the story about the ocean in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for watching that, Darren. Yeah. Oh, you're Degas. Okay, now, you are a top fan. Yeah, thank you. You made comments. That was very sweet. I just put 2 and 2 together and I made fucking 4, and there are 4 letters in it. Daga, D-A-G-A.
Congratulations, Lady Cherry.
Oh wow, what a Friday
Welcome
afternoon
to the
victory.
short.
And
Yeah.
I've got a bit of my head is a bit hot, and Fanula's just been...
I can hear you really well because you're about a foot away from my face right
Well,
now.
I need to shout at them because they're all over,
they're
all
on the
over the
internet.
country. I mean, who knows?
Hello, Internet!
Yeah, how far away are you people? If you're stand back, because Lady Belinda would like to do some yelling on a Friday.
I was just asking this question because I've been thinking about
To
this.
me or to you? You're asking yourself
Well,
this?
I was just going to let you know the question that I'm about to answer.
Oh, how considerate of you. That's so nice. Let me know ahead of time the question that you're about to answer. Well, that's great. Standing by.
Scott, I've already mentioned Jazz Fest. All right. If you knew that you were going to inherit a fortune, how would your plans for the future change? Because I kind of feel like we're not going to inherit a fortune. But since I was telling my friend Michael yesterday that I feel like I'm getting retired, and he goes, "Oh, you're getting retired? That's nice." And I know, no, I mean, I'm not retiring. I'm getting retired.
It's being done to me.
But I'm trying to think of what can I do. What do I really want to do? What did I think I was going to do when I retired that I would really like to do now? We can't really travel so much right now.
Van.
But we were thinking about a van, so I've been looking at vans online and tow-behind trailers. My friend Manny this morning was telling me about an RV rental experience that he had, and that with our Subaru we might be able to do the trailer. And I had mentioned that you'd said the Scamp, so we were going to look at that.
Scampi on pasta.
So Trump's just on Marine One. Melania's not going to Walter Reed. Jeff would stuff a turkey with money. Yeah, I don't know if I would do that necessarily. But I think I'd get a van to tour around with. We might be doing that anyway, even though we didn't inherit a ton of money. And I'm thinking about getting a bike, a road bike. I think that's something that I'd like to get into, doing some road biking, taking longer rides, like with our friend.
Yeah, and like we did the other day, you and me, and then traveling when we could travel.
No, that was a 6-mile ride or a 10-mile ride. I'm talking about a 50-mile. I want to go out for a 50-mile bike ride.
You and Arthie, you better go with Arthie Wagabaza.
Yeah, you're not going to go.
I'll be, and you can send me the video.
Yeah.
Arthie does these fantastic long bike rides. She bikes 100 miles, and then she does a video, and what happens is it does the whole route that you take, and then you can post photos at different places. It's quite good. They come out, you put music to them, they look really good.
Well, I'm not interested in doing so much.
Melania is going to be at home, guys, dropping a lot of F-bombs. Did you hear the tape of her the other day talking about effing Christmas and effing Christmas decorations? I mean, she really leaves me in the dust with the F-bombs, the First Lady. My God.
Oh, I'd like to hear that tape. I heard
it was Twitter last night. They were playing it all over the place because she's really like, I was trying to get the kid back with the mom. I think she meant kids and mums. I don't think she just meant, but she didn't want to tell Fox News. She wanted to go on CNN, but CNN didn't want to do a story with her. Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing, but I'm just laughing a little bit.
Jen said she would give away a lot and
tithe, then party.
I like that answer, Jen. You're really I didn't realize you were such a philanthropist. Darren says, what would I do with a lot of dollars? I would love to be a philanthropist and focus on getting fresh water to people who need it. Yes, that's good. Well, that's one of my favorite charities is the food bank, because I feel like that's a problem that we know how to solve. Has Melania's boyfriend Hank been tested? I don't know. Which Hank are we talking about?
Yeah, which Hank? Come on, we need to know. We need to, yeah.
Ask Keys to send me a road bike. He has a few. Okay. All right. Well, why don't you ask him for me? I think I went to the bike shop the other day to test drive one, and I think they said I needed a 58 centimeter.
Hey, thanks, Peck. I've got a more attractive accent than Melania. Thank you very much. I'm going to really turn it on now, my accent. But yes, well, she just sounds so mean-spirited. I mean, she was being taped in secret. If she knew she was being taped, she might have minded her P's and Q's a little more and tried to sound slightly more, slightly nicer. But she did go to the border wearing a jacket saying, "I don't care, do you?" Yeah, getting fresh water to people, I think, is a really, really good one. I mean, there are 2 million people in the Central Valley in California who don't have access to potable water. 2 million
Did you
in
read
California.
that story about the fires? How the fires can contaminate local water supplies because
Yeah.
they burn the pipes, and then that vacuum can suck toxins back into the water supply. They don't even understand how the water supply, because our pipes are pressurized to the house,
Yeah.
but they're all full of water going back to whatever the pump station is. So even when the firemen open a hydrant, it can get sucked in. Keys is a size 58. Well, great, Keys. I don't know what to.
What
I don't
size
know.
bike are you?
58.
Oh.
That's what they're telling me. So I don't really know how
Oh.
we work this out. How I get one of your extra bikes. But my friend Manny thinks that he's got a bike that I might be able to borrow as well. So I'm going to try and borrow one of his. But then he says I got to wear the tight pants. I got to get the whole outfit.
Please.
You got to get the pedals. You got to
don't.
get the shoes that
I
attach
just
to the
don't
pedals.
want that tight, weird outfit. I'm not into it. Yeah, I don't want you in the tight outfit. I don't want me in the tight outfit. You can wear a tight, different outfit. Like, why don't you let's make up our own bike outfits at home with tight stuff.
All
You've
right.
got those nice silver pants.
Maybe for next Friday
They're really tight?
We can do our own tight outfits for next Friday.
Oh, yeah, let's do
Yeah.
it. Okay, you're on.
Because we've got
Yeah.
next week we're
Yeah.
going to be off on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so we just got a show Monday and Friday next week. 'Cause we're
But
going on a
Fridays,
surf
you're going to love
vacation.
it. Oh, and I didn't
Yeah.
I didn't even have time to get
Yeah.
the tutor on my head. I'm with you, Ed. I like giving money to the NRDC, and the thing that's really good about them is they don't sell your information to every other environmental organization.
Doctors Without Borders. Joan says this is a great Friday show. I'm super excited about that, Joan.
Yeah, thank
because
you.
Based
Thank
on the
you.
amount
It's
of
Friday.
preparation that I did, which is zero, except for putting on this Satchmo Fest baseball shirt. So this is another music festival in New Orleans, and I happened to just see
Satchmo.
they
Now
were-
I get it.
Yeah,
I know
Louis
who
Armstrong.
he is. Yes. Yeah. First of all, I was looking at it going, what, Satchmo 01? Maybe
Yeah.
I wasn't even reading it. I just was thinking I've never seen Jake in
So
that
anyway,
shirt before.
well, I was on one of my New Orleans Jazz Fest websites, and they were selling the Satchmo merch for cheap, and so I bought this shirt, and the benefits, whatever price they went to, charity. Bob says size 58 is a bike. I thought he was talking about his body. I didn't think that was something to brag about. No, I'm not a size 58 bike. Well, okay, right, Don. $7,500 bike. No, that's what I'm trying to avoid spending on a bike. I looked at the Cannondale. Oh God, now I can't even remember the name of it. But it was a Cannondale with the aluminum frame, Synapse 58, and it was on sale for $1,348, which I thought was pricey. But then I found out that's what they cost. So.
Yeah, that's so true, Bob. The executive heavy, the non-profits are really great for that. That the ED gets paid a lot of money, and then everybody else, yes. Anyway, you've got to really work out who makes the most bang for their buck.
Key says if you don't wear the bike pants, you get some terrible chafing.
Yeah, in your naughty bits, says Uma.
Yeah.
Yes, and you don't want chafing. Well, you don't really want chafing anywhere, but it's very uncomfortable.
Well, that's what
if
my
it's
friend Manny today was explaining to me. He said, well, obviously, when you're just riding around like I do in Santa Monica on my bike.
no chafing.
Yeah, well, you wear your regular pants because you're just riding to do errands and you're not going to get chafing. But he said when you're out riding, you need to have the tight pants and then your junk is kind of on display. That's the way it goes.
I am going to look that up, Jen. The cause, the Thrive Cosmetics.
Cosmetics.
Because they give a portion to the purchase to charity. And thank you very much for your email that you sent to Jake's email about the watching the Mark Ruffalo interview and the people down at the Dana Point. What's it called? I've been there before, the Ocean Institute.
So have you made our reservation for our surf trip?
No, because what happened was I was looking at hotels that once I was really looking on the map, they look like they're only a hop, skip, and a jump away if you have no traffic, but they're a bit too far from the spot. I mean, they're where the nice hotels are because it's.
Oh, so we haven't got it figured out. We haven't got it sorted.
I
quite
have
yet.
got it figured.
You did get it sorted?
I've got my eye on the one. I'll show it to you when I've got the executive Lord Jerry approval of that as a hotel for us to stay at for our romantic night down the coast of surfing and sun and.
I've
hanging
barely
out.
seen you today because you got up so early to go surfing.
Yes, and then I fell right back to sleep as soon as the alarm went off, and then the second alarm woke you up, and you woke me up, and you were
Well,
mad.
I just thought it was naughty. When I wake
I
up,
didn't even
I've
know
got
I was going to go back to sleep.
I've got the
because
vibrating alarm on my
I know,
watch.
I know. I thought I'd put stop, but I had one of those weird nights where I woke up at 3:30, and then I was awake for a long time, going, "Oh, Belinda, just please fall back to sleep because you've got to get up at 6:30 to go surfing." And then it was pretty crap surf, actually. Actual factual, but anyway.
Flavia's saying she wonders if Trump is quarantining at Walter Reed just as a way to get away from Melania. Well, they probably do drive each other nuts, and I think it's probably mutual that they're quarantining separately. But what do I know about their marriage? It doesn't make not a lot of what I see either one of them doing makes a lot of sense to me. Lady Jerry, what is your dream job?
Well, my dream job would be hosting my show. Hosting my the EcoFix show.
We are on a show right now. Explain your
hosting
EcoFix show.
My
where
EcoFix show, where it's so imagine a cross between John Oliver, National Geographic, and John Krasinski's Some Good News, which he did at the beginning of the coronavirus as an antidote to all the bad news. So rather than a late night show where we're taking down, bad players, political, corporate, blah blah, and it's a satire and we're skewering people, this is positive environmental things that are happening. And everybody needs to know about those because positive information is the thing that really engenders behavioral change and just change in human beings. So if I could be hosting that and it could be on a really cool platform and getting a lot of exposure and could drive the sort of planet saving, really, policy legislation we need to have, and then, but from the ground up, because it's always the people who drive the big.
And you're picturing it
change.
as it's half hour.
Yeah,
So,
half hour.
yeah.
25 minutes, and then
Well-
I'd have guests on it, and that would be my dream job.
Darren is very impressed with the videos that you're making. They're short, to the point, and well made, and have awesome information and viewpoints. So well done.
Thank you.
He's really weighing in.
I think
Pix-
Peck is
Pix
talking
is-
about Melania.
Okay.
She would go postal if she got
Yeah,
locked up with She had
okay.
to quarantine with Trump. Yeah, she's already had it. She has fucking had it, the First Lady. I mean, my God. When you hear her talking, she's like, oh.
Clinton says, do you think they rate their marriage each day at around 3:20 in the
Oh
afternoon?
my God,
I doubt
no.
it.
Oh, no. They're
What
not.
do you think
yeah.
our marriage is right now? Oh, that's what I was going to
Oh,
say.
hello.
Hello.
You've barely seen me, so
I've
you're
barely seen
really
you.
liking me because you've barely seen me,
Yeah,
right?
for some reason I am really liking you right now, and I'm hoping that you're really liking me.
Let me think. Yes, I am really liking
Yeah,
you.
no, good.
I am really liking you. Yes, I think you're quite lovely. I've been really pretty liking you a lot this week, especially the other day. I can't remember what it was. I was driving along in the car and I thought about you and what a great guy you are and what a good husband and all of that stuff. And I know I'm a bit of a challenge, So,
Well. Yeah, takes one to know one.
Oh, it was sweetly put. I mean, sweet. It wasn't that a compliment, guys? I mean,
I
sort
don't
of
know.
a-
I think
sort of a
I
slightly
said that wrong when
backhanded-
you were taking it wrong. But anyway,
Yeah. I didn't take it wrong. I took
Jen's
it right.
asking, Keys, I will check out Specialized. Ale.
Oh.
What's the over-under on Melania leaving Trump after the election? You think she's out?
Oh, she's so gone. She's so gone. She stayed in New York, remember, after the election. She renegotiated the prenup. She's got more money coming, and she's going to be out of there. I mean, she's as ghastly as... Oh, anyway, I was going to give away some insider info, and then I
Anyway,
stopped.
Ed says China just put 2.2 gigawatt solar power system online, the second largest solar installation in the world. What do you think about that, Lady Jerry?
Well, yeah, China is really going for it. They're going for it with that. They're also going for it with some nuclear things. They were going to be doing a nice little...
That's why when you're talking, you do talking, and then
Yeah.
when you're reading, you do reading.
Yeah,
but
I know.
you
I know.
tried to talk and read at the same
I
time.
went to
what happens
Felix
then is
because
you're
of the
talking about
pissed
one
off-
thing
yes.
and you say another word
Yeah.
that you didn't mean this was
So
something that you
China
read.
is really interesting because they're sort of quite schizophrenic in the way they're dealing with the energy and pollution and climate change, because they're doing cool things and they want to be at the forefront of solar and they want to put have lots of EV vehicles, but they or EVs are electric vehicles, but then they're building and they don't. I mean, it's like you can run but you can't hide. It's one atmosphere. So the fact that they're building all these coal-fired power plants in other countries in Southeast Asia and then all over Africa, it's like You know, I'm like, China, what the...
It's
you
not
know,
consistent.
No, it's really inconsistent, and the thing is, it's really not cool, because yes, you'll get Chinese cities that won't be polluted, and you'll take down your, 4,000 deaths a day from, air pollution related causes.
Well, maybe the Chinese solar plant will be one of those things where once they build one giant solar plant, a couple of 20 minutes later, they want to build another one.
Right.
Do you know the joke about the Chinese food? When you eat Chinese food, you're stuffed, and then 20 minutes later, you're hungry again?
No, I
You
don't
never
know
heard that
Yeah,
one?
no.
Sort of a cliche.
Oh, yeah, no. I knew.
Probably
I
racist.
could see by the way
Probably
you were
racist,
looking at
yeah.
me that there was some subtext or something I was supposed to know, but I just completely didn't know it. And I thought just if I just stared deeply into your eyes, I might be able to, somehow glean it. But it was
Don's
not
making
gleanable.
a good point. If Melania divorces
Yeah.
Trump, she does get half of his IRS debt. And I feel like that is one of the one of the reasons that Trump is highly motivated to get reelected president, because that will be able to hold off the IRS and whatever other kind of financial nonsense is going on. On the other hand, if Trump is not elected president, it may reinvigorate his show business career, which could inject a giant sum of cash in that could save his business. So it's hard to know really if I'm him, which I'd rather do. But right now he's got bigger problems because he's got the virus.
I was this morning going, oh, it's a stunt. It's a stunt, COVID. It's a stunt,
Jen says the Eagles are +7 against the 49ers this weekend. Well, congratulations to the Eagles, I guess, but they're going to play that game, so we'll see how that turns out. China has a goal of being carbon neutral by 2060. Not sure if we even have a vocalized goal at all. Yeah, I think that is true. That China, at least China is trying to do something. But they've been bad news in Africa. Yes, Ed, that's what you were saying, right, Jerry?
Yeah. No, I think that it's really hypocritical what they're doing. And the fact is, carbon neutral by 2060. That's Ed, that it has to happen sooner. So, but what they're doing in Africa, and I love how they sort of say, we're not doing what all the other colonizing countries did when they came in, and they're doing exactly what all the other colonizing countries did when they went in, and they talk about how they're leaving infrastructure and they're doing this and they're doing that, and, but yeah, no, they do. They look at it as one big, resource pit. And, Africa does not, the continent of Africa and the countries of Africa do not need to be screwed over one more time by outside and invading.
Uma's trying to get keys to make her some popcorn after the show, and she's saying they might need to send some to Jen, but I think you already owe all of us some soup, Uma. Morris says it's not true. Injured spouses does not owe spouses debt. That's interesting. That's interesting. I'm not a divorce attorney, so I don't know anyone who might know the answer to that.
I like how Keys and Uma are having a conversation.
Yeah, they're in the same house.
Yeah, but you're in different rooms because Uma, apparently Keys may have popped all the popcorn last night, so you could be shit out of luck for popcorn right now.
All right. So
yes,
we're winding up the show now.
Yes, we are winding up the show. I've got to go and get ready for my next thing.
I'm excited about our surf trip this week.
Me too.
So we're going to see everyone on Monday, but first I want to wish everyone a happy weekend. And I would like to get on to the C's of the day. Omar Khayyam, who I think is the guy who bought the Remington Shaver Company. The razors were so good, I bought the company. Omar Khayyam says, be happy for this moment. For this moment is your life. So I'm pretty happy in this moment. I love you. It seems like you love me. And so let's have a good weekend. Do you think? What are you looking at?
Jen is saying, I was just going to say, send popcorn for the balls, Keys. Yeah. For Jen's big, hot, spicy balls, she wants lots of popcorn. Maybe we should all.
I'll tell you something that I'm slightly frustrated with before we get out of here. Is I've been in the chat group. The group. There's a group, Facebook group for the show, and I can't seem to figure out how to read the comments. Like I said something, and then it said 13 people had commented, but then I wasn't able to get it to look at the comments. So maybe I'm going to try on the computer to see if I can get in there and see those, but
you should do that.
But that's the reason. If you've commented a thing and you ask me something in the comments, I can't see that. Anyway, have a great weekend, everybody. Love to love you. Jen says, can someone look up the popcorn show for the recipe we were talking about? LOL. Yeah, well, I think that recipe involved bacon and cheese and maybe some garlic. I'm not sure, but yeah, there we go. Let's have a great weekend. I love you. Thank you all. We'll see you on Monday.
I thought he was about to say, I love you to you guys. I think he
I
should
have said that before. I love you and I love you. All right.
There.
There.
Yeah.
Does that make you all
Yeah.
feel better? I hope so.
Well, yeah, that was sweet.
I hope so.
That was sweet. What a nice end to the week.
And now shall we...
Shut up.
They used to do this on the dating game
Yeah.
all the time. Mwah, I blow you a kiss. All
I'm
right.
not going to do that.
See you Monday. Aw.
I do it in, in
There were
spirit.
some
I do
things
it.
you just will not do.
Well, I could do it. I just thought that was a little
Yeah.
over the top the way you
Yeah.
did it. I do it differently. Do you want to see how I do it?
Yeah, go ahead. Ooh, that was a little seductive.
But that's how I would do it.
Yeah, it
Your
worked.
one was a weird, like,
It
kind of
worked
a
on me.
showman.
I gotta go.
Yours was like a Hugh Jackman, like kind of like a greatest showman, and mine was
mine-
mine was a little more intimate.
Mine was like
if I'm
the
blowing
host
you a
of the
kiss,
dating game.